Hi, Lucy.
Oh, hi, kids.
How's Ricky?
Well, I called the doctor, and it's a little more serious than I thought. He has a virus that settled in his throat.
Oh, gee, is it bad?
Well, the doctor said if he was going to be in the show, he'd have to stay in bed a whole week and not talk.
Not talk at all?
Not a word.
Gee, imagine not being able to talk for 7 whole days.
Yeah.
Why don't you hang around here? Maybe you can catch it.
Never mind. Let us know if there's anything we can do.
Okay.
We'll check you later.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Ethel and Fred, they came up to see how you were. Here's your medicine. Doctor said you gotta take your medicine. Now, the doctor said you have to take your medicine. Don't shout at me. Now, when I say you gotta take medicine, that means you gotta take it. Now, Ricky, look what you did. Oh, for heaven's sake. Now, look, if you're gonna act like a child, I'm gonna treat you like one. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Open it up. Never mind. Now, is there anything else I can do for you or to you?
Oh, this is silly.
Write it, write it, write it.
No, this is silly. I gotta go down there and stage the show. I gotta stage the show.
Ricky, stay where you are. Let Mr. Chambers stage the show.
Well, I can ask him to do that.
All right, then I'll ask him. I'll call him on the phone and ask him. No, you know, this is too important for a telephone call. I'm going to get dressed and get down there and see him in person. You stay in that bed.
Well...
Well?
Here I am, Lucy. What'd you want?
Oh, thanks for coming up, honey. Listen, I got to get out to the club for Ricky. Will you stick around in case he needs anything?
Sure. What are you going down to the club for?
I'm going to see Mr. Chambers. You know how conscientious Ricky is. He's going to get out of that sick bed and go down there and stage that show. Well, I'm going to ask Mr. Chambers to stage it for himself.
Oh, well, good luck.
Thanks, I'll need it. Hello?
Hello. May I speak to Ricky Ricardo, please? This is Mr. Chambers calling.
Oh, Mr. Chambers, this is Mrs. Ricardo. Ricky can't talk right now, you see.
Oh, well, will you give him a message for me, Mrs. Ricardo? You tell him I've been called out of town for a few days. I ought to be back the day before the opening. Tell him not to worry. I have every confidence that he'll turn out a great show.
But, Mr. Chambers...
Yes?
Have a nice trip.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye. Gee, Mr. Chambers is going out of town.
Oh, what's Ricky going to have to say about that?
Nothing. I'm not going to tell him.
You're not going to tell him?
Of course not.
Well, then who's going to stage the show?
Who cares? I'm not letting Ricky out of that bed until the doctor says so if I have to stage a show myself.
You wouldn't.
Of course I wouldn't. Would I?
Well? Oh, it's crazy. Oh, sure, it's fantastic. What a thought.
Of course, it would give me an opportunity to hire some talent that has been grossly overlooked in the past.
You mean Fred and I could do one of our dance routines?
Right after my opening number. That is, if you're as good as you say you are.
What do you mean?
You may audition for me the first thing in the morning.
Oh, good.